everyone. My name is Ruxie Ruth McGouth, and welcome to Ruth Cooks the Books, Season 1, Episode 1. I've always loved cooking my whole life, and when my family would ask me how I made certain recipes, I wouldn't really be able to tell them because I just kind of made it up as I went along. But for this episode and this season, I've decided to make up recipes and write them down so I can share them with all of you. And I'm doing it out of books that I've read. So this is the book that I reviewed last week, The Brutal Telling by Louise Penny. And in this story, there was a character who partway through the book brought a bag of granola, kind of upscale granola, to one of the characters. And so that's what we're going to be making today. We're going to be making granola, homemade granola. And so the first thing that I have done is what we have here is we've got some maple syrup and we have some brown sugar. And so I've got it going in my pan here, mixed it together, and I'm kind of heating it up. And what we're doing is just combining that maple syrup and that brown sugar together. We want to get it nice and combined and kind of heat that up a little bit. And then we're going to bring it over here and we're going to combine it with our oats. So we have 3 cups of oats. I've got them portioned out here. We're going to put it into our bowl. I'm using this lovely Dutch oven. We're not actually going to use it as a Dutch oven, but it's just a very beautiful container here. And we're going to do a pre-soak. I also have 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk here. This is going to help bring out the starch in these lovely rolled oats here. And so once we're all ready here, we're going to do kind of this pre-soak with our liquid ingredients. Looks like we're getting some heat here. My stove is very hot. It likes to heat up very quickly here. So it looks like we're getting some good action here on our stove. All right. So I'm going to take this and we're going to pour it over our oats. Make sure we get that scraped out of there. Start mixing that in. We're going to pour our buttermilk in here. All right. I'm going to mix this in, give it a good mix. And then we're going to leave this to sit for about 25 minutes so that these oats can get nice and soaked up. And then we'll come back and I'll show you some of our other ingredients that we're going to put into this. And we're going to mix the rest of our ingredients in here in just a minute after this has had some nice time to sit and soak. Build some of those starches up so that we have a nice crunchy granola by the time we finish our bake. It'll be delicious. All right. Looks like it's nice and combined. Now, Louise Penny, who writes these books, she's a brilliant author. Armand Gamache is our detective who leads the series, and he is always finding murders to detect about in the small Canadian village of 3 Pines. So they also have a lot of delicious food that they eat there. So we'll see if our granola can stand up to the 3 Pines standards. And we'll be back in just a minute after we let this sit for about 25 minutes. All right, so we've let this sit and build up its starches. And so now we're ready to mix in the rest of our ingredients. So we have some more of our wet ingredients here. We've got about 1/2 cup of olive oil and we have 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. Then we also have some pecans and some almonds. You could do nuts of your choice if you are a nut person. We also have our spices. So I went with some kind of Scandinavian sort of warm European spices. I do love, this is the book that I like to use. It's Spice by Stuart Fairmont. It has all kinds of great stuff inside that tells you about all kinds of different countries and kind of what spice profiles come from different countries. I use it all the time to make my flavor profiles for my dishes. So highly recommend this book as well. I'll put it over here. So anyway, that's the flavor profile I've decided to go with for this dish. So we'll go ahead and kind of mix in our spices here. And after we get this mixed in, we're then going to mix in the liquid ingredients, and then we're gonna let it sit again for another set of time. The cardamom is gonna be an interesting flavor with this one. I know some people are a big fan of the cardamom flavor. I didn't put too much in because I'm not sure about my little taster and how they're gonna feel about it. I think they're gonna like the kind of warm holiday flavor that it's gonna come through with. And who doesn't like the flavor of maple syrup? Maple syrup, brown sugar, ginger, kind of gives you that gingerbread feel. And I did pick out some dried fruit, and I have chocolate chips to kind of mix in at the end after we bake this. It's gonna be so good. We'll put our nuts in. So we got almonds and pecans. Getting heavy here. Get my vanilla. Love some vanilla. I'll have to taste this at the end and see if next time I want to put more or less vanilla. I never want to really put less vanilla, I'll tell you that. In my opinion. I'm a big fan of flavor though. Whenever I get a recipe from like one of those mail delivery services and they tell me like put 2 cloves of garlic, I always at least double that in my recipes. And last but not least, we'll put our oil in, let that sit for a while. Our cat sounds like she thinks this is gonna be good. Excuse me. All right, so now we're gonna leave this to sit for about 30 minutes, and then we'll come back and we're gonna get this nice and spread out on our parchment paper, and then we're gonna bake it. So we'll see you back in 30 minutes. All right, we've let it sit and soak for a good 30 minutes now. And I realized I forgot the ever important ingredient of salt, which is a flavor enhancer. So we definitely need to add that. So we'll add that once we get this put down here. So what we're gonna do now, I've got my parchment paper on my cookie sheet, and I've got my oven preheated to 325. Now my oven tends to run low. So it says 325, it's probably more like 300, which is okay because we want this to cook low and slow for a long time. That's how we want to bake our oatmeal, our granola. So, all right, we're gonna dump it out here in our cookie tray. I'm gonna add my salt, probably about, mix that in here. And we're gonna I'm gonna try to press this down. Now I just washed my hands, so I can go ahead and use my hands to press this down, get it really nice and layered down in there so that it can really bake nice and good, so that I can dry it out while it's in there. So all right, and some good granola. Okay, I'm gonna put this in my oven and I'm gonna bake it. I'll start with 45 minutes and I'll come back and check it, See, I want it to be kind of a golden brown color. I may check it a couple times to see and like kind of break it up a little bit while it's in there, but we're gonna set it for 45 minutes and then we'll come back and check it and see how it's doing. So we'll see you back in a little bit. All right, it's been in here for about 45 minutes. Not quite at the right temperature, so we're gonna take a look and see what it looks like. If it definitely smells good in here, so the nose knows that it might be ready to come out. So we're gonna take a look and see if it's kind of golden brown, if it has that really good nutty fragrance, because it will cool down, the granola will cool down, and it will kind of harden. So we're gonna take a look at it and see what we think if it's ready to come out. Let's pull it out here. Oh yeah, it's looking good. It's even looking almost a little well done over here. So I think we're gonna let it can be still a little bit moist. It doesn't need to be fully hardened because it, like I said, it's going to harden a little bit as it cools down. So we're gonna set it here. In fact, I may even get out some cooling racks and set it on the cooling rack to cool down. And then once it's fully cooled, I will come back and get it ready for some mix-ins and have my taste tester come take a look and see what he thinks. All right, welcome back. My granola is now cooled. It's done great, and I'm ready to get it ready for my little taste tester. Now, what I have here is I have some mix-ins. So I have some dried pineapple that I've cut into much smaller pieces so that it can be mixed in. Now, I don't know if my little eater is going to like dried pineapple. He probably won't, but it's going to be there as an option. It'll add some sweetness because I did give this a little taste and it's not super sweet. So maybe if you like your granola sweeter, you want to add a little more sweetener when you make this. I also have some dried figs that I've cut up into little pieces, and then something that, and I know he's not gonna like that, but what I know he definitely will like are some milk chocolate chips. That's gonna be a winner all around, of course, with the kids. So those are gonna be the mix-ins that are available here. And so I've got my dish. I'm just gonna take this granola, kind of break it up into some pieces and put it here into my dish. That when he comes out, it's nice and golden on the bottom there. He can add his mix-ins in. I don't want to give him too much because he's just really going to have a taste here. I've got my nice little dish here. I'll have the mix-ins available for him and we'll see what he wants to do. All right, so let's call in our taste tester. Oh, Henry. Time for the taste test. All right, please have a seat. So I've made for you today a granola with some European kind of holiday type spices. You have some mix-ins here. The spoon is to mix the mix-ins with. So you've got some pineapple, some mission figs, and some chocolate chips. You can mix in as many or little as you like. Let's
start with the...
You can mix them all together if you'd like.
Okay, this side's gonna be dark chips. Oh, I don't know what this is, but I guess
it's a kind of fruit.
This
called
side,
a fig.
And then lemons, I guess.
Pineapple,
lemons, same thing. All right, let's mix that in. Start with the chocolate chips.
Okay, all right.
No matter, you can't mess up chocolate chips. So, but at least I hope you can. Like, I'm trying to find. Oh, I found. I think I found the salt.
Found the salt?
I'm trying to find the granola, but I just can't. It's like, it's either that I've been. Wait, let's just try the regular granola.
Have you ever had regular granola?
This is. It's like. Oh, it's salty. Missing sugar. It also just doesn't taste like anything.
Maybe we overcompensated with the salt.
Okay, let's try with the fig now. This definitely got me to taste granola. Hopefully. Still tasting the salt.
We went too salty. Next time we would leave out the salt and add a little more sugar.
Fig doesn't taste like anything that I've eaten. It's really salty. No.
Pineapple?
Pineapple. Pineapples have flavor. I know they do. So. Okay, I'll be able to get some off this.
You tasted any of the ginger or the cardamom or anything?
I cannot taste the granola. The only thing in the granola I can actually taste is the salt.
Dang.
Pineapples are pretty good. That was good too. Now,
does it help add a sort of some sugary flavor?
Let's get it. Let's mix it all up and just take a big bite with it. One for the marbles.
You also got nuts in there. Pecans and almonds.
Mixed together, it's giving our taste, but I think that's mainly just because of the fruit. It's like the granola didn't carry out granola. It's not bad, but it's salty granola. It's when you're on a camping trip, salt's not very good. Like, it can make your flavory food, but like granola is for camping. Like, a lot of people take it on like trips when they're going somewhere. And this is just salty. And salt is not the best for when you want to keep on walking, keep on going, climbing. Because salt is a dehydrator. So
is granola for camping, in your opinion?
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of granola bars. I mean, like, it's just missing the granola's key flavor.
Sugar?
No.
What?
Granola's key flavor tasting like granola.
Oh, what is the key flavor of granola, in your opinion?
Granola. Not, I can't taste anything when I just eat the granola except.
I wonder what the flavor actually is that you think granola should taste like.
It's like a nutty, sweet little snack that's good for you.
Well, this is a nutty, maybe not as sweet as you're expecting, because most granolas have a lot of sugar in them that you get from the store. So this is more of a less sweet homemade granola.
Oh, not the worst, but also not the best.
So if you, on a scale of 1 to 5, which is how I rank my books, how would you rank this recipe? Pretty hard one, in my opinion, because like the chocolate chip, the nutmeg, and the pineapple really carry out the taste. Yeah.
But then again, that's also part of the dish.
Yeah. So what do you rate it?
Well, just because the granola didn't have a taste and it was also too salty, that's 2 points off. I'm giving the granola a 3 out of 5.
Well, that's a pretty good score. 3 out of 5. Well, thanks a lot, Henry, for visiting my kitchen. We'll see you back here next week. I'll have another recipe for Henry to try. Thanks for visiting us in Ruth Cooks the Books. Bye.